Hi, this is Alexandra at Beadaholique, here to show you how to make chain drop earrings featuring Swarovski crystal. So on the table here you see I've got a couple of projects, one completed set of earrings and one that we'll be making the pair to. This is the lemon drop earring and it's made in sterling silver with some Opal Shimmer Swarovski crystals. And this is the yellow color, and the completed earring uses the Pacific. Now over here to the left, I want to show you the different range of colors that we have in these beautiful white. We've got a rose water, chrysolite, there's Pacific, we've got yellow, cyclamen, and then on the end, this is iris. Now you can see the iris is clear, it's not the opal finish, and just for comparison, that's helpful. The opal finish is sort of a light AB as opposed to the regular, and that milky undertone really softens it. So the round beads are available as large as 8 millimeters and as small as 4, and then the bicones come as small as 3 millimeters, and these are the 6 millimeter beads. So back here to our project, let's focus on the findings. I've got some chain here that's the 1.75 millimeter sterling Rolo chain. I've parceled out the bits that we're going to be using. I've got a 4 millimeter jump ring, some 3/4 inch sized head pins, and then a 5 millimeter ball post earring, and we'll be using each of the sizes of the crystal. For tools, I have bent chain nose pliers, regular chain nose pliers, some round nose pliers, and the cutters were what I used to separate the chain. So to get started, I will bring in our little bits of chain here and explain the sizing. Now what's nice about this design is whether you're using graduated sizes of beads or not, you can use the same measurement of chain. So it ranges from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. And then we're just going to create some simple wire loops at the bottom with these beads. So it's a pretty quick and easy project, comes together very simply. And you'll notice that I used very short head pins, and that's because with sterling silver, if you don't want to waste your wire, then you don't need a longer head pin. So these are 26 gauge, and what I'm going to do is just insert that head pin into my 4 millimeter bead. I'm going to angle right off the bead with my round nose plier and come around the top in a loop across the base. With my cutters, I'm going to snip. I would snip the end, but you know what, here's a tip. I actually, before I cut for a simple wire loop, I like to open it up and slide it onto whatever chain I'm using. It's a lot easier to use this longer tail to get that on there. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get the end length of my chain length here. This is my 1/4 inch chain. Slide that on. Then I'll grip onto the loop that I made. Get it in place. Actually, I don't need to coil because it's not a wrap. I'm just going to clip. Let me make sure I get the loop the right size, just clipping right at the base. And then with my plier, close that loop shut. That's my first dangle. So I'm going to do the same thing now with my next size up, my 6 millimeter bead. Angle off the top. Grip close to the bead there. And loop up, over, and around. Before I clip, I'm going to grab my next length of chain here. Find the end link and snap that on. And I opted to do solid sterling for this whole project because it uses really so little metal that it's nice to be able to upgrade to the sterling. Oops, it flew. There we go. All right, and my final length is going to take the 8 millimeter bead. And again, I'm going to angle off the top of that bead. You can grip with your plier right like so against the bead if you'd like. And then loop over the top, across the base, latch it on. And I will say that for the gold pair, the gold version is plated. You could certainly do it in gold filled. and it uses slightly larger components. So we'll take a look at that once we're done. You can really make these your own by using different styles of chain, different shapes and sizes of beads. So the way I'm going to connect these is on my 4mm jump ring, 22 gauge, which I'm going to open up with my pliers. And I'll slide each of my end links on in order of size. So we'll graduate those in a kind of waterfall effect. Now a design variation could be if you wanted to continue up the other side in a symmetrical fashion. That would be a very pretty clustered look. I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And what I want to pay attention to now, as I put it onto my post, is I want these to frame the face. So I see that the front is facing like so with the long one on the inside. And I want to bring the opposite to the other. So let's do that by opening up the loop of our post and sliding on our jump ring in a way that's going to bring that longer length to the middle when it's on the ear. So there we have it. And so you can see that for this sterling pair, the beads are graduated, the chain's a little thinner, and the jump ring is a little smaller. And then for this gold pair, the beads are all the same size, and it uses a little ball head pin, which creates a nice effect to go with that ball ear hook. And then I chose a slightly larger jump ring to just let those chains fall smoothly rather than bunch on each other. So those are two really nice ways to work with these opal finish Swarovski crystal earrings. I hope you enjoyed this video, and all of these beads are available at beadaholique.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest updates. We have new videos coming out every week. Thanks for joining us.